Number 3, for $500, is the Appalachian STEM project.
In my 4th and 5th grade group, I went to my girls and I presented them with research that showed that once girls start getting into middle school, they start losing interest in STEM. It's something that we see nationwide, and it's something that we see in our school as well. So I posed the question to my girls. I said, what can we do about it in our school? They said, we need to get ourselves out there and show other girls that are younger than us that we like to do it, they can do it as well.
In a tie for 2nd place is the youth conference.
In this conference, they want to put on a marketplace. They want to bring in youth entrepreneurs like Zackary, who we saw the other day, to speak to the youth groups. They want to bring in a little music like Pittsburgh's Thrival Festival, which was just last week. They want to reach out to mentors of all kinds. They want to make a little revenue to keep this sustainable. They want to learn how to gain sponsorships.
Also tied for 2nd for $750, the Collaboratory.
And so now what we want to create is called the Collaboratory. The Collaboratory is going to be a maker zone in our library for inquisitive students who need freedom to explore, build, and tinker. The Collaboratory is a space providing opportunities to create a culture of innovation. Unlike traditional libraries, the Collaboratory will provide differentiated learning opportunities for all students.
And 1st place, receiving a check for $1,000, barbecue.
Hello, my name is Zach Bolen. I teach at Knott County Central High School in Knott County. It's a very rural community. There's not a whole lot there. Most of the businesses that have been there are long since gone. We were called Community. And there's not a whole lot to do for our students. Before I get started to talk about my project, I want to talk about the problem that faces my community. So in the Appalachian region, if you're a resident, you're 55% more likely to die from an overdose. And in Knott County specifically, we have an overdose rate that is 4 times higher than the national average. This has impacted my community, and it's impacted my students a very great deal. My students go home to this issue. A lot of them don't even live home. They live with grandparents, aunts, uncles. They've had a lot of deaths in their families. During the class, I was talking about some of my personal events that I've been through, and I had a student come up to me after class and said, Mr. Bolen, you know, I'm blind in one eye because when I was born addicted. And a wave of emotion came over me during this, and a lot of it was actually happiness. And I told him that. He was confused. And I said, in my personal life over the summer, social services approached me and my wife, and we were granted our first cousin, who was 11 weeks old at the time. And I don't want to go much into that, but you can guess his issues. And so what I'm proposing to do is we want to buy a barbecue pit and start barbecue, begin, build, and quit. We want to start community events that are planned by and ran by students to create a community that's based on fighting drugs and raising awareness for our community. I want to begin with our students and our youth, because that's, you know, they go home to the problem, and I think if we fix it there, we can create a better future for our students. We want to build a better community that's built around fighting drugs and ending this epidemic in my town. And we want to quit drugs and end the epidemic. The events will be based on, again, they're student-led and student-planned. They live the problem of fixing it, I believe, starts with them. They're currently building cornhole boards. These will be used at our first community event for some friendly competition. Why barbecue? Whenever I was a kid, and I'm sure a lot of you at family events, my dad always barbecued, and it always brought about a sense of home and a sense of safety. And we want to bring that sense to our community and to these events and create safe zones for our students to escape to. I think that the pit could be utilized in very many different situations. We could have tailgate parties for basketball competitions, for football competitions. I think it's a project that can continue to grow and can continue to develop our community. We're going to use the food that's sold and entry fees for our competitions to help sustain this project. And I would like to use excess funds for this project to help with our local rehab facilities to try to improve our community. Thank you.